This has got to be my favorite engine out of Age of Overlord. And today we're talking about the Horus engine slash the King's Sarcophagus engine. This engine is one, extremely aesthetic with amazing artwork from the Egyptian mythology, and two, really powerful effects, really big bodies, and of course level 8 monsters, which I so love. So sit back, relax, enjoy, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell to get notified when I do more videos like this ahead of Age of Overlord, and let's begin discussing the Horus engine. And before all that, make sure to check out my new playmat, the King of Beasts, on Imperium Duelist exclusively. Absolutely amazing artwork done by Midnight Dreams, who did my previous branded playmat. Really quality material, really affordable price, and fast shipping. So if you are interested in that, it will really help support the channel and me personally. And of course, on top of all that, you do get 10% off the playmat and any other thing you want to pick up on Imperium Duelist using code GALZO10 at checkout. So again, if you're interested, link in the description below. You can pick up the playmat and of course support me and the channel. Let's get on to the video. So the Horus engine is only 6 cards in Age of Overlord. We do have some sneak peek into future support we are getting in Phantom Nightmare, but this time we're getting 4 main deck monsters, 1 spell, and 1 trap. And we're going to start off by discussing the main pillar of this deck, called the King Sarcophagus, or the Pharaonic Sarcophagus, currently in the OCG. We already know this name is confirmed, and this is a continuous spell that gets the engine going. So this card says that Horus monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects unless they target them. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, send 1 Horus monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can use this effect up to 4 times per turn. That's right, once per turn at the start of the damage step. If your Horus monster battles an opponent's monster, you can send that opponent's monster to the graveyard. So 3 things to kind of break apart here. 1, your Horus monsters, which already have insane effects if you remove any card from your field, cannot be destroyed by card effects unless they target them. So mass removal effects don't work, Lightning Storm doesn't work, Mirror Jade doesn't work, nothing really works. And besides all that, you don't really want to get rid of them anyway because they have incredible effects if anything leaves the field, and we're gonna get to that in just a minute. The other thing is you can send 4 Horus monsters from your deck to the graveyard each turn by sending 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. So that means that decks with a lot of graveyard reliance, such as Tearlaments for example, or even dragons, can really benefit from this card, just allowing you to send cards from your hand to the graveyard and replace them with big bodies on board that have really good effects, or you can just use to synchro, Xyz, Link, or of course Fusion. And the final fact, which is also relatively crazy, once per turn, if your Horus monsters battle, you can just send the other monster to the graveyard. No targeting, nothing. It's kind of insane. This allows you to get rid of any monster that is affected by cards. So essentially, you know, things that can be destroyed by battle, card effects cannot be targeted, Borderland Dragon, Dragoon, you just send them to the graveyard at the start of the damage step. Super powerful, and that gets you all the Horus monsters you want into the graveyard. All of the Horus monsters can just special summon themselves for free in a built-in summon that does not start a chain from the graveyard if you control the King Sarcophagus on the board once per turn. Now let's talk about a little bit about who they actually are. So Imseti, Happy, Duamutef, and Kebesnuef represent the 4 sons of Horus in the Egyptian mythology, and we're going to start off with the Searcher that you always want to start off, Imseti, Glory of Horus. So Imseti is a level 8 Dark Spellcaster, 30,000 attack, 1800 defense. If you control the Sarcophagus, you can just special summon this card from your graveyard. When it's in the hand, you can send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard, including Imseti itself. Add 1 Pharaonic Sarcophagus or King Sarcophagus from your deck to the hand, then you can draw 1 card. If another card or cards you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can send 1 other card to the graveyard. So essentially, Imseti, you send it to the graveyard from the hand along with another card, search for the Sarcophagus to the hand, and then draw 1 card, which is already incredible because you set up Imseti to the graveyard so you can just summon it for free, but then this card has an effect when another card leaves your field because of an opponent's card effect. You can send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. Then we have Duamutef, which is already confirmed to be a secret rare in the set. Again, all of them are level 8s. This one is a water beast 0/0. And this card gains 1200 attack and defense for each horse monster you control. So if another card you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can draw cards equal to the number of monsters with different names in your main monster zone. So if your opponent wants to get rid of a card which is not this card, you will draw up to 5 cards, which is actually really crazy. Happy the Vanguard of Horus is another level 8, which is a Wind Beast Warrior, 2400 over 1600 defense. Again, special summon for free if you control the Sarcophagus from the graveyard, and if another card leaves the field, you can target 2 cards that are banished and or in either graveyard, either add both to the hand or shuffle both into the deck. So this is actually pretty incredible because this card allows you, 1, to recycle any banished card, return resources from your opponent's graveyard to their deck if they need them, but you can also return your Imseti if it is in the graveyard to the hand in order to search another King Sarcophagus, draw more cards, or just recycle a lot of materials. This card is absolutely amazing. Then we have the last one, Kinbesenuef Aegis of Horus, which is an Earth level 8 winged beast, 2500 attack over 2000 defense. If another card leaves the field by an opponent card effect, you can activate this effect. This turn your opponent's monsters cannot target horse monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target horse monsters on the field with card effect. So essentially, Kinbesenuef can actually fill in the gap that Pharaonic Sarcophagus doesn't fill, which is the targeting protection. Of course, it can protect your entire field from battle, but also it can protect targeting effects from targeting your cards on the field, which is really good because the King Sarcophagus actually protects from anything that doesn't target. So this is probably the weakest one out of them all, but it also fills in the gap really well. Then lastly, we have a trap card called Canopic Protector, a continuous trap card, once per chain. When your opponent activates a card's effect, you can special summon 1 horse monster from your hand or graveyard, but for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters with the same name by the effect of Canopic Protector. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can set this card by banish it when it leaves the field. So essentially what this card does is allowing you to summon 4 horse monsters each turn if they get removed from the field, but also if it is sent to the graveyard from the hand or field, which is very convenient because you send cards with the Sarcophagus and with them settings as well, you can just set it to the field. So essentially it's a free send from the hand to send Horus monsters or to search the Pharaonic Sarcophagus. So this engine is exceptionally powerful, and we're going to talk a little bit about what makes it so great. So of course, this is a rank 8 turbo. Mainly what you can do with this is just spam a lot of level 8s, because once you get to the King Sarcophagus, you can just guarantee to send cards. As long as you have cards in the hand to send, you can send Horus monsters to the graveyard directly from the deck and then special summon them for free. So you can essentially just guarantee really strong rank 8 Xyz monsters, like of course Dengirsu. You can get to Sargas to start off your Therion engine combo, and of course number 90 Photon Galaxy Lord something that negates effects, which is a really expensive card right now, but it's a really good end board piece as well. And it works great with Centurion, which is a new engine coming out in the next deck building sets, Valiant Smashes, which we're going to talk about in a later video, so turn on the bell to get notified. But essentially it's a deck that requires you to summon level 12 synchro monsters, so combining the level 8s you get for free from the Horus engine and the level 4 tuners that Centurion engine has to provide, you just make a lot of level 12 synchros really easily. It also works really good with tier limits because there is another rank 8 monster called the Zombie Vampire, which mills 4 cards out of your deck and then special summons one of them either from your deck or from your opponent's graveyard. I'm really excited to see how this engine comes to fruition in the TCG. Really interested to see how this evolves and develops, because I think, again, as mentioned in previous videos in the series, this is not a new archetype. This is not essentially a new deck. This is just an engine. You can work with other engines and just make really powerful combinations and throw this into a pre-existing deck in order to enhance its abilities. Let me know what you guys think about this engine specifically. Are you excited for Horus and Age of Overlord? Check out the other videos in this series, and of course, look forward to more of these coming in the future. Like the video, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.